Virgo, I am here to drop in with you for a little message of the moment. We're just going to see what kind of energy is surrounding you at this time, what's coming into your field, what is coming up for you. And these reads are timeless, okay? So whenever the message finds you, you're meant to receive it. It's for any strong Virgo placement: Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, or if you got a prominent placement in that 6th house. Likewise, if you are Pisces rising, you are a Virgo descendant, and you might find a lot of resonance, in particular around any relationship stuff that comes in, because it's that mirroring energy. All right, so we're just going to drop in. We're going to let whatever wants to come out, come out. I am working with the Arcane BS deck. I feel really called to work with this deck to get a kind of baseline read. Sometimes I'll pull in other cards. It just depends. This is going to be a go with the flow kind of vibe. All right, I did get a download that came in for you initially, though, that I want to talk to you about. And that is around a particular mineral, and that is shungite, okay? S-H-U-N-G-I-T-E, shungite. And it's a very protective kind of stone, but it's also very strengthening. And I got like a water blend for you to take in, an infused water. So you can put shungite in water. It's actually safe. It's not safe to put just any old mineral in water, so you should always do your research, but shungite is safe to put in water. And just that alone, it does like an energetic warding, okay? It gives you strength energetically. It also is sort of just like an added layer of boundaries, energetic boundaries, just really being able to be in your own energy. It's also fortifying for the spirit. It builds resilience within. So all of this is like coming in, but then coming in with it, I also got to add turmeric root, ginger root, and parsley to the water. This is a specific blend for just clearing out some old energy from your field. Of course, you know, all of those things are pretty benign, safe, but if you have any questions about different herbs and such, and whether it's right for you with your medical protocol, if you're dealing with a condition, you know, check in with your physician around that. I'm sharing the information from the perspective of an Ayurvedic practitioner, all right? But always refer back to your own healthcare provider if you have any questions about that stuff. But something about this is coming in for you, okay? So you might be in a position where you're needing to kind of like fortify your inner strength, all right? So let's dive in and see what we got here. Ooh, everything's fine. Yeah, maybe you're dealing with some kind of tower moment. Maybe there's been something that's happened recently. Maybe it kind of blew your mind. Blew your mind. Blew your concept of an old way of looking at a particular situation. You got an entirely different view. This has something to do with an ending, I feel, that was sparked in the consciousness. You know, your mind really got blown in a situation. You started to see something in a way you'd never looked at it before, and this created some kind of tower, I feel, you know. It feels more like an awakening tower, though, where you started to get an entirely different perspective on the situation. I think there's some fallout around this too. It feels like it. Okay, so let's see what's coming in here for Virgo. What is coming in for Virgo Collective? What is coming in for Virgo Collective? What does the Virgo Collective need to know at this time? Spirit, what's coming in for Virgo Collective? Okay, you wanted to get a couple additional tarot cards coming in here. I started to do this. We have this falling on these two decks, okay? And I'll let you get a little view of that here. We have the Owl Tarot here, and then this is the Paulina Tarot. Paulina Tarot is associated with the time the artists spent their life in New Orleans and what life in New Orleans was like for them. Very kind of like mystical, rootsy sort of deck. So I feel like there's something coming in here for you about roots. Maybe some of you have Creole roots. Maybe some of you have native roots. Maybe some of you have roots that are indicative to Louisiana, you know, this coming in here. So I got this message in coming front and center. Maybe there's something you need to explore there that'll make you feel more rooted, okay? Message just coming in right off the bat. So we'll look at what the top two cards are from these two piles too in relation to this message here. Okay, so we got the wolves in reverse, all right? And then we got the shitty acoustic guitar guy in reverse, all right? Interesting. It's kind of funny. It's got this vibe of like you're kind of attached to a situation by default because you didn't have a clear view of the situation. Maybe this shitty acoustic guitar guy actually was sort of like responsible for tainting your view in a situation. Like maybe you bought into this shitty acoustic guitar guy's like scheme, or you know, what he was promising, or his take on a situation, all right? Because here we see there's like freedom, right? When it's upright, like freedom rock, man. But instead it's in reverse. So I feel like you're somehow chained to this person. It's like a guilt by association thing. It's a guilt by association thing that's kind of like cramping your style, especially now that you've heard the truth in a situation. And I do feel like this is a group dynamic, all right? I do. This could be like, you know, you're a group of friends. This could be like co-workers. This could be like a family situation. But I do feel like there's multiple players in this situation, multiple players on the board. And, you know, I always see this as also the different parts of ourselves as well that we kind of like grapple with. So, you know, maybe this person brings up a lot of different, you know, a lot of different inner like voices, we shall say. Let's just call it that. Just like different ways that you feel pulled in this situation. You know, one part of you is like constantly on your tail, like you need to get a handle on this situation. You're kind of like calling yourself to the mat, you know, reading yourself the riot act. Another part of you is just kind of like studying the situation as well. You know, you're wanting to understand something, but you're smart enough to know that you gotta like, you know, sometimes you gotta like kind of pull back a little bit and get a view of a situation to really understand what you're working with here. Then there's the part of you that I gotta say, you know, is a little bit of a jokester, a little bit of a trickster, a little bit of a mastermind, you know, and you're kind of finding a little bit of humor in this situation. You might even be trying to think of how can I work this to my advantage, okay? I do see that. And then there's another part of you that's kind of like pissed off at somebody who's choosing freedom or is choosing to answer their own call or go their own way, you know? Maybe because it's a way that's different from yours, or a way that you feel just isn't, you know, isn't right, you know? You have a problem with this in some respect, maybe because you feel that though this person wants a certain freedom, it inhibits a freedom of yours, all right? There's these aspects of self coming through, but I also feel like you're dealing with a situation with a group of people that's kind of like this too. There is a mastermind there. There's somebody that's barking orders. There's somebody who's just keeping their mouth shut because they're in this situation now and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know that this is what it was going to be. Like I said, something was revealed here, okay? Yeah, and then there's somebody who's just lamenting, man. I just want to be free of this, man. Why did I even get involved in this in the first place? It's kind of an interesting dynamic here, right? an interesting dynamic. I do feel like there's a couple people in this situation that are really like on somebody's tail because of how they handled it. They're probably on this shitty acoustic guitar guy's tail. Like, what are you doing, bro? You know, it's got that kind of vibe. All right, let's see what else is going on with this. Okay, so your mind got blown about something, okay? Obviously, somebody worked you because they kind of, you hitched your cart to this person, you know, and that's how you're moving forward in this chariot. So there's a guilt by association. There's some kind of drama here. And you feel of many different, you know, many different moods about it, let's say. It probably like changes from one moment to the next for you. Like sometimes you're on board, you find the humor in it. Sometimes you just want out, you know. I think it's very dynamic here. Yeah, and I think there's something here that somebody knows, like, they're caught, you know, they're caught. And there's no way to deny this, that they had something to do with the inception of this plan. Fire sign energy could be front and center. I'm just noticing this fire here. Fire kind of lighting the way forward. And again, there's that message. You're kind of like attached to this thing, guilt by association. You know what I'm saying? But there's also something here about somebody has cut off another person's ability to take an action. Maybe put them in a tight spot. I could see that. And this person, could be you, is trying to kind of like weasel out the information, you know, maybe do a little research, try to figure out what's going on. Maybe you did that. Maybe you went a bit down a weasel hole instead of rabbit hole, and you got some insight into what was going on here. You learned some truth in a situation. It like kind of like changed your whole perspective on this situation here. Yeah, you know. You also might have, you know, thought that you wanted to head in a certain direction. Because when I think of the phallus, I think of like the impregnation of like the new way forward. And you may have thought at first that you were going to go in a certain direction. Could have been with a fire sign. And that may have felt really right to you. But the more you looked into something, the more you saw about the situation and kind of the drama that came attached with it, you're like, you know what? On second thought, I don't think I want to do that. You know, you might have tried to ignore it for a while because I feel like, you know, there is this piece here about maybe there's some kind of like, you know, attraction, you know, there's chemistry, maybe a bit of passion. But then, you know, it's probably nothing. Ooh, look how mixed up things get. This is like a Picasso level kind of mess. You know what I'm saying? This is everything's just sort of in a state of disarray. And I think it made you feel in disarray or kind of like, what am I doing here? Maybe at one point it looked really good, but you've been in a process where you've been growing, you've been evolving. You start to realize like this could be like, you start to realize you got involved, you got roped into some like drama, just guilt by association. And just because of the way things have always been done in some kind of social circle, you know, you come back into contact with certain people, or, you know, you get involved in some escapade, and then it ends up being like something that you realize now it's like, well, this was fun, you know, this kind of stuff was fun at one stage in my life, or this was what life was like for me at one stage in my life. But I've grown, I've been through a lot of changes, and you know, I maybe you ignored it for a while, but you're kind of like, I think I might have outgrown some of these people, or I might have outgrown this situation. There's something here that's very different for you. And it has everything to do with you looking more deeply into matters and seeing things through a different lens. And you're like, I think you're figuring out where you really want to invest your energy moving forward. That's what's kind of coming in. So how are you wanting to invest your energy? Well, I'll get to those two cards. Okay, I'll go ahead and pull those out before I look at this round here. But how are you wanting to invest your energy? What's coming in here? Oh, look at these two first. Okay, so we did have that top L card, right? Isn't that funny? It's just affirming the message. We got King of Wands here, so that is fire sign energy. There could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in the main frame here, you know? There's something that's been stirred up around this. Now let's look at this Paulina Tarot. 7 of Pentacles. Wondering, is there going to be growth? Is there going to be further development here? Should I invest any further? I see like kind of like overlooking certain things, right? Overlooking certain things. Oh, it's probably nothing. I mean, that doesn't really feel right. And that doesn't feel right. And that doesn't feel right either. You know, questioning things, but not wanting to question it because you're already like so far in on a situation that you're hitched to it. You're tied to it in some way. You're wondering if it was a mistake. Should you continue? You know, is there something that needs to be cut off here? And I think you've been looking at this, kind of telling yourself it's probably nothing, but I don't think it's nothing. I think it's actually something. And I think that's what's like dawning on you. You're preparing to make a different choice here, I feel. Okay, let's see what that's about. I feel like doing a cut of the deck on this. On the other side. I like it. Okay. So you got a choice. This is your choice at this juncture. And I think it's kind of funny, the way it's coming through, but you could do what you've been doing up to now. You can continue to invest in what you've been invested in up to this point. And it's kind of like a cat licking its own butt for eternity. All right. In other words, it's going to be the same view. And it's going to leave a bad taste in your mouth, all right? And it's going to be more of the same. And you can sit there and continue to kind of say, oh, well, that's probably nothing. I know that don't feel right, but it's probably nothing. Or, you know, well, maybe they are telling me the truth. And, I mean, it's probably nothing. Maybe I'm making it up in my own mind. Whatever you've bought into. Whatever you've taken on from any projections from other people when maybe you were getting too close to really realizing, no, there's something here and it ain't quite right, right? You could wait around for this to change, but it won't. It's going to be the same old, man. And I mean, you may as well take care of yourself at that point. If this is all about, you know, if this is all about something you're hoping would lead to some kind of gratification, you know, I don't know about that. But I think that you're going with this choice here because I see instinct. And this is about wanting transformation. This is wanting to overcome fears and to really just trust what your gut is telling you in this situation and take the leap to finally get to the other side. You know, this is when you find out the answer to the parable of why the chicken crossed the road, you know, to get to the other side. There's something that's on the other side here that's leading you forward. You don't want to stay in this situation. I feel like something's become kind of a bit tedious. It's become a bit repetitive. You're bored of it. And like I said, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. You don't really want more of the same. Let me get you a super awesome future card. I want to see what's coming out there around this, okay? Let's check it out. I want to know more about what's on this other side that you're wanting to get to. You're going to have to follow your instincts to get there, right? You can't do the same old thing you've been doing over and over again, right? You keep doing that, you're going to get the same result, and, you know, it's not going to be what you were hoping for, okay? So don't be like a cat licking its butt for eternity, all right? It's time to really listen to where your instincts are leading you, where you're being guided to go, and let that be the impetus that's moving you forward here. There's something that's ready for transformation, all right? I think you sense it. I think you feel it coming in with that snake medicine. Snake medicine is also about really listening, being patient, knowing the right moment to strike, okay? Playing the long game. You know, it's like your head's got to be in the game. There might be something you need to do to get your energy a little bit more focused. You know, you might be distracted by this drama, this stuff, this BS. You know, I do feel like there's a need to get more focused on something. Maybe even get a real good routine established. That's very Virgoian, you know, to have routine, to have a schedule. Maybe especially in relation to anything you're working on right now that you really want to see to completion. Don't allow yourself to be distracted, right? Laser-like focus. All right, What are you heading towards? I'm really curious here. Ooh, I love this. Well, you're about to run off from some rats, you know? Some people who are just kind of like taking advantage of you, you know? Maybe making it out. There might be two people specifically that were making it out like, you know, they were really your friend, you know, they were really there for you or whatever. And you just feel like it was just all been a scheme, you know. There's two people here who are wondering where you went or where you're going. Maybe you recently like kind of pulled back from this person or these people. They might be kind of trying to figure out how they can get some intel on what's going on with you now. Now you're kind of understanding what is the source of the problem, you know? You're getting insight into this situation. It's something about too many conniving people. Too many conniving people always kind of like wanting to, you know, like butt their nose into other people's business. I do feel this, right? This just feels like a real messy, like social situation. There's possibility that there could be some, you know, sexual connotations here too that's making things messy. You know, it's got that feel, a community kind of feel that's maybe made things messy. There's a tedium to it, so it leads me to believe that this is a long-standing issue. There could be something related to a ghosting here, somebody running off with something, you know, even stealing something outright or trying to steal something, trying to get one over on somebody, you know, in a shady way with the rat's energy. You know, this is like doing things on the down low, doing things behind the scenes, not really being upfront. I do feel like there's somebody that's making a break in this situation, like they want out, but they're doing it in such a way where they're hoping to like get out of the situation without having any strings attached, you know, like no trace left behind. Like me? Who, me? No, I wasn't part of that. They may be leaving, you know, it's kind of got set up energy. Let me leave these two behind to kind of clean this up. I'm making a break for it, man. I don't want to deal with this. Maybe on a break to kind of beat somebody to the chase too. You know where somebody's heading, you know what they want. You're like, oh yeah, well, I'm not going to sit around here and deal with more of this tedium. Maybe I want that, you know. There's that piece too. There's some kind of unexpected move that's being taken here. It's unpredictable and it's fast with this 32 energy. That's 5, all right? I do feel like there's help here. There's help in you bringing something into alignment. What's coming into alignment for Virgo? What's coming into alignment for Virgo? Again, ooh. That's interesting, the way that landed. I'm going to take this exactly as it came out, as a whole story here. And these two cards wanted to come in. So you want to finish this off with a bang. I got that. There's like a punctuation mark. You want to leave on a situation. You want to leave a situation, but you want to leave a situation with like, you know, an exclamation point on the end. It's like a mic drop type of thing I got, okay? I do. I got that. So let's see what this is. We got... ooh, the Fox in reverse, another 5 energy. Okay, so I know you're in some type of like situation where something's about to be revealed. Something that was hidden is about to be revealed. It may have already came out. Somebody may have already crowed about it. Something that was hidden is not hidden anymore. It's like up front. People know about it, okay? That kind of thing. There's some exposure here. What is this in relation to? Ooh, a Queen of Wands. Look at that. Ooh, dun dun dun. Because we did have like that King of Wands energy. Now here's the Queen of Wands. All right, so these two have had some kind of connection. This is some heat. This is romantic connection. This is also two independent people like coming together. Okay. They're a match. They're a pair. All right. This Queen of Wands, it could be like a Helen of Troy kind of situation, you know. It's got those vibes, you know. It's got the Freya vibes. Lay 'em or slay 'em. It's got a little bit of a Game of Thrones vibe, I have to tell you. I'm getting this kind of feel of this situation. What do we got here? Ace of Wands. Let me tell you. For real, on the real, man. I love how the owl here is confirming that message too. Ace of Wands coming in with a Queen of Wands. This could be somebody who, you know, is ruling by the wand. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Got a little P control there that has a little mastery over this situation. I also feel this Queen of Wands is about to take a real strong action. A real strong action that's going to switch up the game. What do we got here? Crossing energy. Ooh, a break from a relationship from somebody who's really selfish. This is possible. Somebody who always had somebody on the side. We got pig energy here. You're the pig could be involved in this. We also got horse energy here. Makes me think Sagittarius, or you're the horse in Chinese astrology. For the Chinese astrology piece to really be coming in. We do got wood dragon energy. So it could be a wood dragon involved in the mix. Okay. Somebody selfish. They only thought about what they wanted, you know. You're turning this upside down, and here's the clincher. What is this about? Manifesting something here. It's 26 on the clock, so that's it. Let me see. You're bringing this to an ending because there's a direction you want to head in that offers a little bit more magic and inspiration. And like I said, you don't want this. I knew it. I knew you'd follow your instincts, Virgo. You don't want this. You're ready for a little legend. Legend coming in. Check out that movie.